位觀眾，你哋好。今日華人從行咧就想同大家講一講下呢個中央地鐵嚇呢個題目咧，就好多人都好想聽下㗎啦。因為11月開咗呢個中央地鐵咧係非常成功嘅。咁依家咧就1月嚟緊啦，咁有啲改變。咁我哋就請到我哋三藩市交通局嘅局長 Mr. Jeffrey Tumlin 同埋佢哋嘅外展官梁秋玉Jessie 亮，就同我哋講一講下話開幕咗之後咧，咁嗰個成績如何咧嚇？咁同埋佢哋話1月7號咧就有一啲更改係想通知大家嘅。咁今日個題目就係講中央地鐵。Thank you so much, Jeff and Jessie, for coming. I introduce you. We're so honored to have the director of the SFMTA to talk to us about a very important subject today. And thank you, Jessie, for translating for Jeff. Yeah, Jeff, let me start with the significance of the Central Subway project. Our community had waited for it for quite a while, and as to the grand opening, it was so great to see everybody coming out to support it. So, what is the significance of the Central Subway to you, MTA, and to us in the community?
Well, it's the culmination of a promise that was made 30 years ago to the people of Chinatown in the aftermath of the last great disaster that San Francisco faced, which was the Loma Prieta earthquake.
That's right.
There was a commitment to make a real and lasting investment in Chinatown and to anchor Chinatown as the economic and cultural heart of Chinese San Francisco in perpetuity.
Yes.
So we're so glad to finally be fulfilling this promise that Rose Pak and Mayor Willie Brown made to the people of San Francisco. And we're excited to finally launch full service on January 7th.
On January 7th, very good. 今日咧就我請到阿 Jessie 咧嚟同阿 Mr. Jeffrey Tumlin 做呢個翻譯嘅。咁我個題目咧就話點解中央地鐵對我哋特別係華人社會，特別係華埠咁緊要嘅嚇 Jessie。Yeah，
如果講起中央地鐵咧，呢個其實計劃已經由嗰個89年大地震嗰陣時已經開始㗎啦。咁所以就係想，因為嗰陣時嗰條 freeway 冇咗之後咧，就想連通繼續可以大家去華埠方便啲，所以就諗起呢個建呢個中央地鐵。咁終於咧就可以而家開始通車，咁就以後就係方便大家去華埠啦，振興經濟啦，對社區都非常之好嘅。
Yes. Thank you, Jeff. It is a promise kept, and although that we waited over 10 years for it, but it's really it's really worth it because it's one of the major really line that would link up our southeast residents coming back to Chinatown to shop and eat, visit friends and family. So thank you very much. Yeah, Jeff, I do want to ask you that since the opening, you have started some special weekend service, right? So how was the response so far?
The response has been so positive. Every single weekend since mid-November, we've been running our soft launch service, a shuttle from 4th and Brannan to Rose Pak Chinatown Station.
That's right.
And everyone from the community has come out to see the new stations, to see the service, and particularly to marvel at the extraordinary art collection in the stations. The response has been very, very positive, but we also have over 1,000 comments from our writers about little fixes.
Yeah.
So we're busy, all of our crews are out in the stations busy making many, many small fixes that we could have only known about since our passengers told us how we could make the service even better.
Super good. Jessie? Yeah.
所以中央地鐵咧由11月19號開始以嚟咧，即係大家都非常之興奮啦。咁都好多灣區啦，唔單止三藩市嘅乘客啦，咁所有灣區嘅人都嚟試坐，咁感覺都非常之好，都非常之覺得好方便，同埋咧地鐵站好靚，有好多藝術品啊、arts 啊可以睇嘅，所以大家都非常之興奮。但同時間咧，我哋都多謝咁多乘客咧坐過之後，即係提供俾我哋上千條嘅意見啦。咁我哋都會 take 嘅，即係去處理，按照即係而家大家嘅意見嚟即係 improve 我哋嘅服務啦， 改善啦咁樣。
係非常好。Jeff, I noticed that you have a lot of bilingual staff helping out in the station. Was that a new feature that you brought in a lot of ambassadors, you call them? But does it help? Yeah.
Yes, we have never had this many ambassadors for any project in SFMTA history, and we've certainly never had as many bilingual ambassadors. We're really grateful to Chinatown community-based organizations for helping us out. So we have some of my favorite ambassadors have been from CYC. So we have bilingual youth who are there, who understand the community, and are also have been great in particularly helping elders navigate the new stations and understand how they work. It's been very, very well received, and it's also what has allowed us to understand the feedback that we're receiving from community.
So it makes a big difference for someone to talk to when they are finding some little barriers here and there. So, and you're going to keep them right after, even when the new changes take over. The ambassadors will be there for a while.
Yeah, for a while. Yeah. It'll be very important when we change the service on January 7th to also explain how the new service works for all of our riders along the entirety of the T3rd line.
Yeah, it's a real sense of comfort to have someone that speaks their language to show them, how to get the ticket, how to do this and that. So thank you. So 呢條題目咧就問一問阿 Jeff 啦，就話我哋見到好多雙語嘅社區大使喺度幫手啊，係嘛 ，Jeff？ 係啊，咁呢個係好幫到你哋 MTA 嘅其實。
因為今次你有華埠站啦，所以我哋好需要雙語嘅大使嚟幫手，所以我哋多謝 CVC 提供嘅雙語服務嘅咁啊。除咗幫助大家揾路咧，佢哋都會俾啲意見啊、建議啊，我哋所以都非常有幫助。
I remember, Jeff, that during the construction was the most difficult times, right? And some of the merchants, particularly those around the central subway, were actually quite upset about the delay, but also about the disruption of their lives and their business. But you seem to have made that mended that fence, and on grand opening night, they were all out to support it. So how did you do it?
Well, we're very grateful for the patience of everyone in Chinatown, and particularly the merchants. The project ran on years longer than it should have and was more disruptive. But at the same time, the project allowed us to experiment for the first time with a lot more direct engagement with all the merchants in the corridor. We also had the largest project in Muni history, also had the smallest construction footprint. We shrank the construction impact more than anyone thought was possible for a project of that size.
Wow.
So the project was very disruptive, but I'm really proud of the work that the team did to try to do a better job communicating so that people knew what the disruption was going to be, to minimize the impact at every corner, and to do what they could to celebrate bringing more people to come in and shop and spend money in Chinatown to support the community.
I think that's the most important, is bring more people in, right? Jesse, we're going to take a short break soon, so I'm going to have you translate Jeff's comment when we come back. 咁呢條題目咧就話當時咧建築呢個地鐵嘅時候咧，真係有都幾麻煩㗎，因為咁大個工程。咁所以我哋啲商家咧就有少少係唔高興啦，太多即係太多嘢煩擾住佢哋。咁但係阿 Jeff 咧佢哋就做得非常好啦。即係有好多職員咧，時常去講俾嗰啲，即係講俾啲商家聽話嚟緊個工程係會點樣點樣。咁所以開幕嗰日咧 ，Jesse 我哋見到好多我哋嘅商人咧，同埋好多啲東主啊都嚟支持呢個白蘭站嘅，做得非常好。咁各位觀眾，我哋休息一陣間，一陣翻嚟咧，我請阿 Jesse 再解釋下。We're gonna take a short break 嘅。
新年就到啦。
各位 位，咁今日咧就係訪問我哋三藩市交通局局長 Mr. Jeffrey Tumlin 啦，同埋佢哋嘅外展官 Jessie 梁小姐。咁 Jessie 頭先阿 Jeff 解釋得好好，就係話你哋嗰個communication 好，即係同嗰班商人咧辦得好好嚇。咁呢個咧就得到佢哋嘅支持啊嚇。開幕嗰日佢哋好多人都嚟咗。
所以咧呢個工程係持續好長，咁我知道對社區嘅影響都其實好大㗎。咁啊，我哋真係到最後咧都要多謝啲商戶啊，同埋啲社區人士，即係支持我哋呢個工程。最後終於大家可以啟用呢個中央地鐵啦，所以真係要多謝佢哋嘅忍耐啦，同埋支持啦。最後又都見到你哋嚟出席我哋嘅開幕儀式啦。
即係佢哋依家全個社區都好支持呢個中央地鐵啦。So we were talking about, now everybody see the result, and as you say, Jeff, the excitement. So we hope that the whole community will really come out to support whatever changes. So talking about changes, so as of January 7th, you're going to have some major changes, Jeff. Can you talk about that?
Yeah. That's right. So from mid-November through January 6th, we've been running a weekend shuttle service from 4th and Brannan into Chinatown Station. And in the meantime, the T3rd line runs from southeastern San Francisco up to the Ballpark and then along the Embarcadero into the Market Street subway.
Correct.
Starting January 7th, we reroute the T3rd.
Okay.
So it'll run up 3rd Street to the Ballpark, but then it will continue straight up 4th Street into the Central Subway, into the new Moscone Center station, into the new Union Square station, and terminating at the new Chinatown-Rose Pack station.
Wow.
So starting January 7th, that will operate all day, every day, and it will be the culmination of our 20-year project.
Wonderful. So I'm going to ask Jessie to explain the rerouting of the T line.
Yeah. 所以而家咧，大家如果坐 K 或者 T line 咧，就真係要注意啦。到1月7號呢兩條 line 咧就有啲轉變啦。咁啊 T 咧就會成為我哋新嘅中央地鐵嘅線。所以咧佢而家行到嗰個 Caltrain Force 嗰度咧，就會直接向上去到Forest Brannan， 跟住Moscone 就係我哋嘅會展中心站啦，跟住 Union Square 啦，跟住到華埠，所以佢就行呢條線啦，咁就唔再行 Embarcadero 啦、King Street 啦，同埋 Market 街啦。咁如果坐呢條即係想再去嗰度咧，就可能要轉車轉我哋嘅 N 線啦。係啦。咁 K 線咧就去到 Balboa Park 到Embarcadero 啦。係啦。
Okay， 好。咁Jeff, there are certain stations that are very key, right, for transfer or to get to the BART, or which are those stations, Jeff? And what are you planning to have people helping the riders?
Yes. So Union Square Market Street Station is our most complex new station.
Okay.
The Central Subway line runs underneath. So under Market Street, there is first Muni Metro and then BART. And the Central Subway line runs underneath BART. So it's a very, very deep station.
Wow.
If you're accessing the Union Square Market Street station, it's important to use the right station entrances and exits.
That's right.
Because it's so deep that if you choose the wrong exit, it's going to put you very far from where you want to be. So to transfer from BART or Muni Metro to the Central Subway, use the easternmost exit of the station.
Okay.
That takes you up to the station mezzanine, and then you can easily follow the signs to the new Union Square Market Street station to connect to the Central Subway to get either to Chinatown or to Caltrain or the Chase Arena.
Very good.
And then in the reverse direction, if you're on the Central Subway and you want to transfer to BART or to Muni Metro, make sure to take the south station exit.
Right.
Because the escalator will take you right into BART's Powell Street station, and then you can make your connection. If you take the north escalator, that takes you into Union Square, which is very far from the Powell Street station.
From where you want to go.
That's right.
Yeah.
So happily, there are station ambassadors who can help you, as well as multilingual signage in order to provide clear direction. Just look for people in the orange jacket, just like Jessie is in here today.
Okay. Very good. So Jessie will explain exactly how to find the north and the south
Yeah， 呢個真係有啲即係如果喺下邊，因為其實咧，我哋以後咧中央地鐵嘅聯合廣場站咧，就係一個比較中心嘅轉車嘅站啦。咁因為佢同而家嘅 Power 站其實喺地下係連埋嘅，所以大家咧喺地下轉車其實好方便嘅。因為我哋而家其實有 sign 啦，如果你分唔清南北咧都唔緊要，因為而家
睇住個 sign
係啊，睇住個 sign， 咁佢會指示你去嗰個中央地鐵，係啦，跟住就好方便。咁你兩邊都得嘅。如果你坐中央地鐵喺華埠咧，咁你就可以喺 Union Square 落車，即係聯合廣場站落車，跟住行去 Power 站呢邊，再接埋嗰啲Muni 其他嗰啲線同埋 Bar 都可以嘅，所以好方便嘅。所以就提醒大家，如果你分唔清東西南北咧，就睇嗰個 sign， 我哋會寫得好清楚咁樣，跟住嗰個箭頭指示就會行到㗎啦。
And I think that again, if they are little confused, better stop an ambassador and ask for help, right? That would be the most direct.
Yeah. Absolutely. You can also have our very own Jesse Liang, KTSF alum, will also be providing in-person training as well as video training in order to help people prepare themselves for their trip.
Yeah, that's very important. So we'll talk about that on the next segment. 咁 Jesse， 我都想問下，話你行落 either Jeff or Jesse too. So I heard that it is a deep station, right? So are there instead of escalators, are there elevators to take people to the right floor?
That's right. So we're very happy that these are very secure and very convenient stations, despite being quite deep. So there are 3 escalators for each side, but there are also 2 elevators. So for anyone who is uncomfortable on the escalator, because they are very, very, very steep and long, there are glass elevators, both from the platform to the mezzanine, as well as from the mezzanine to the surface.
Super good.
So please look for the elevator symbol to direct you to those elevators, which also have cameras in them and are all glass.
And very safe.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jessie？
所以咧其實咧，因為好新啊，即係 Union Square 即係聯合廣場站咧，所以大家如果坐輪椅啊，或者有 BB 啊細蚊仔啊，咁樣推住嗰個車咧，你就可以坐嗰個我哋嘅升降嘅電梯。咁升降電梯咧，一個喺嗰個中間嘅，即係聯合廣場站中間嗰個地方，另一個咧就喺我哋嘅 main entrance， 即係主要嘅路口，就係 Stockton 同 Gary 街嗰個路口嗰度咧，即係你一喺嗰個路口就可以見到嗰個升降電梯啦。咁你就可以嗰度坐嗰個電梯落去，就唔使行好遠，
唔使行嗰啲，
係啊，行嗰個樓梯啊，或者手扶梯咁樣，係啊，
非常好。即係the elevators sometimes in some bus stations don't work, but for this one, I think that we have to make sure that it always, because they are frail elderly, there are people on wheelchair, and I think that they need the elevator.
You are absolutely right. It's a very important priority of ours.
Okay, we're going to take another break and then come back and talk about Chase Center events and training. 咁各位觀眾，我哋再休息陣間，一陣翻嚟咧，我請阿 Jeff 同 Jessie 咧講下啲特別嘅訓練俾你哋嚇。各位，咁今日Director Tomlin 同阿 Jessie 咧講解得好清楚，即係1月7號後咧就呢個中央地鐵咧係有啲改變嘅，咁大家越快去認識嗰啲新嘅路線咧就越好嚇。咁我依家問一問阿 Jeff 話，如果去搭呢個中央地鐵過去呢個 Chase Center， 即係去睇呢個波game啊或者其他嘅大嘅嗰啲表演咧，係有啲乜嘢特別嘅辦法嘅 ？Jeff，I know that the Chase Center attracts a lot of people, right? Not just to the ball game, but to all those special events. And I think that you said you're going to have some special services, right, for the riders. Yeah, can you talk about that?
That's right. So one thing that is important to remember is that your ticket to any Chase event, whether it's a concert or a Warriors game, that is your Muni ticket. It is valid on Muni all day long. So use your ticket in order to take Muni for free.
Wow.
In order to get to the arena, if you're coming from Market Street or from BART, transfer at Powell Street to the Central Subway and look for the trains heading the direction of Sunnydale.
Right.
Or look for the special Mission Bay shuttle. Those will take you straight to the front door of the Chase Arena. It is the easiest way to get to the arena. And of course, not only can you use the subway, but also the dedicated transit lanes on 3rd Street. Make sure that the train ride is free of congestion.
Well, wonderful. Yeah. Jessie, can you translate?
所以咧，如果大家去 Chase Centre 嘅話咧，其實你有 Chase Centre 嘅飛咧，你嗰個就係 Muni 嘅ticket 啦。咁你就可以成日都係用嗰張嚟坐我哋嘅 Muni 公車啦。咁如果你想去譬如你喺 Power 站咧，你都可以坐去 Sunnydale 方向嘅 T line，或者有 shuttle， 即係我哋會有啲穿梭嘅列車咧，就係 shuttle， 咁去 Mission Bay， 咁都可以去到嗰個 Chase Centre， 所以係好方便㗎。
非常好 yeah. Jeff, now back to the Central Subway, helping riders find the new routes, a little bit change of station, how to connect, all that. Is MTA providing some special orientation in person or virtually?
Yes, we are. So in addition to the ambassadors in their orange jackets or vests who will help you in person, we're also creating some in-person trainings as well as a video training in order to help passengers prepare themselves. And that work is being led by Jessie Liang, who can explain how to access those.
Okay.
Yeah. 所以咧，大家如果想知道呢個搭車嘅資訊咧，我哋除咗有大使啦，着住呢個服裝啦，你可以隨時問啦。咁我哋都準備咗啲video， 即係有中文嘅 video， 教大家喺每個站點樣轉車、搭車、買飛咁都有嘅。另外咧，我仲準備咗2個係 in person 嘅 workshop， 即係親自會講解，係教大家點樣搭車。咁呢個咧日期大家聽好啦，第一個就係1月4號，另外一個就係1月5號，係同 CYC 同埋 CCDC 嘅，大家可以去問下佢哋就知道㗎啦。
Okay, so for the last few minutes, we're going to show your contact information, Jeff, and also Jessie. 咁如果大家真係想參加呢一啲活動咧，特別係阿 Jessie 教嗰2堂咧，咁你可以睇一睇佢哋個電話同埋聯絡嚇，就任何人都可以參加嘅。
係，呢個係用中文㗎，不過我哋都有英文同西班牙文嘅。係啊。
好，非常好。好啦 ，So Jeff, we're going to invite you back in maybe another 2-3 months to see how all this is going. But thank you so much for doing this interview with us, and thank you, Jessie.
多謝。
咁各位觀眾，今日時間亦都足夠嚇，非常多謝你收睇我哋今日嘅節目。拜拜。